So why is such a fun one? I love teaching about why because it is not difficult, but it is slightly complex. But it's complex in a simple way. That's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? But it's it has a lot of different reasons behind why it says what it says, but all of those reasons are pretty simple to understand. So I think you're going to love why. I really think you're going to love January. So before we get started, let's do some phonemic awareness warm-up. Before we count how many sounds are in otter, I want to start small. How many sounds are in ot? Put in the chat, how many sounds are in the nonsense word ot? Ot. I guess it is a real word if you spell it differently. Ot. Ot has two sounds. Ah and t. Ot has two sounds. Now, so otter has three sounds. Ah, t, It has, I think, 5 letters. O-T-T-E-R. O-T-T-E-R. It has 5 letters, but only 3 sounds. Those 2 T's are going to make 1 sound, and the ER is a grapheme that makes 1 sound. So even though it has 5 letters, it only makes 3 sounds. And we are only caring about sound during this phonemic awareness warm-up. Because if you can hear the sounds, then reading becomes 1,000 times easier. It's interesting because reading you think is a visual sport, but it's more auditory than visual. Okay, starting easy. How many sounds in tub? Sounds in tub. Please put it in the chat so I can see how we're doing. Excellent. Tub. T-u-b. 3 sounds. T-u-b. 3 sounds in tub. Now, how many sounds in bathtub? So bathtub has b, a, t, b. 6 sounds. I'll do it again. B, a, b. Okay. Don't worry, these are difficult. That's why we practice them. So, thunder. How many sounds in thunder? Wait, I want you to stretch it out so you can really hear them all. Let me do that for you. It starts with your tongue between your teeth with a voiceless sound. Thunder. Thunder has d, Again. For the computer is that TH voiceless sound. My tongue is between my teeth and I'm blowing. D, So according to the chat, those were pretty difficult. So I want to give you a few more. I want to practice a little bit more on that before we go on. And I want to get it down maybe a little more simple. So how many sounds, I say simple, but I always make them hard, don't I? I want to hear how many sounds in. Okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to think of a word that has more letters than sounds to force you to not think about the letters. Put the letters print out of your mind. Only focus on the sound, okay? How many sounds in chop, chop. Good, Vanessa. I love how you're doing that. Sounds only. And you know what, Vanessa, I hope it's okay if I mention you, but she was looking up. And this is very common. And it's actually a good strategy. She was looking up when she was repeating the sounds in that word. That gets your eyes off of the word itself and in the sounds into your brain. Some people even close your eyes. So if you look up or close your eyes, then it gets the letters. You're not looking at the word. You're not looking at anything. It's only sounds that we're worried about. So you can look up, you can close your eyes and get the print out of your mind, and only the sounds in there is what you're concentrating on. So good strategy, Vanessa. Okay, yeah, it looks like everybody got that. Good. I'm going to dial it up just a little bit. How many sounds in bottle? Bottle. It's hard to stretch out a B. It's impossible. Bottle. Okay, we're getting there. So the sounds in bottle are that very quick B. Did everybody get that one? B. Next is ah. B, ah. Then we have the T. B, ah, T. The last sound is O, tongue between your teeth. B, ah, T, O. 4 sounds. Okay, if those were a challenge, please be gentle with yourself and know that those are meant to be challenging. That's why we do them. And that's why we do them first. And think, if those were challenging, think how good it's going to feel when those begin to become easier and you get better and better at it. If it was super easy all the time, your success at it would be far less satisfying. So we are all learners here, and perfection is not required, only effort. Okay, so let me teach you about why. So if you have been with me previously in the last few months, you've already learned these lessons in isolation, the 2 sounds of Y at the end of words. Today, we're going to combine those so you can get practice of going back and forth and recognizing what sound a Y is going to make at the end of a word based on the size of the word and how many other vowels are in it. So the rule is, when Y is at the end of a 1-syllable word, it will make the long I sound and say I. You can know a sound is only 1 syllable if Y is the only vowel. There's no other vowel in the word. And remember, Y is a vowel if it's not the first letter. Y is a vowel if it's not the first letter. It's a little dance that we do for our kids. So words like shy, buy, try, cry, fly, fry, Y. If Y is at the end of a 1-syllable word, short word, it's going to say I. If Y is at the end of a longer word, anything longer than 1 syllable, it'll most of the time say E, such as happy, sadly, candy, misty. I think there's a million of these words, but I can never think of them on the spot for some reason. Put some in the chat if you can think of some multi-syllable words that end with Y. Did I say happy? Friendly. Thank you, Rochelle. Holly. Good. Thank you, Vanessa. Yeah. Madly. Good one, Con. So can I repeat that, please? Yes. Becky. So I'm looking for Y at the end of a multi-syllable word. When Y is at the end of a longer word, meaning it's not the only vowel, it is usually going to say E, the long E sound, as in Becky. Thank you, Susan. Company. Oh, nice one. Baby, January. Yeah, you're going to see it all over the place. Once in a while, I don't want you to be mad at me when you see a Y at the end of a word that says I, because it's going to happen. And I don't want you to say, hey, April, you told me I was going to say E. It will say I sometimes, as in supply, multiply, satisfy, but that is far less often. So if you're coming to an unknown word and you see Y is at the end and it's a multi-syllable word, then if you have to guess the most common sound, which is E. So I like Vanessa's point here. She put in the chat, it doesn't work with holiday. And that's because holiday, thank you, is an AY grapheme. A is part of the AY grapheme, which will always say A. And that's going to be a lesson in this month that we're going to get to all the AY words. So for now, let's try, I love that insight, by the way. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so let's mark these. Okay. Adama, I got your message. You're right. Let me think about how to resolve that. Okay, so I'm going to mark the vowels. Let me stretch this out real quick. Easier to mark. Okay, so I'm going to come to a vowel and I'm going to mark, I'm going to circle all the vowels, including the Y. Then I'm going to tap the next two letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then the vowel that you are on will say its name. 1, 2, yes, there's a vowel. Yes, it says its name. 1, 2, no, there's not another vowel. No, it won't say its name. It's going to make its regular short sound, I. Y at the end of a longer word usually makes the long E sound. So when we pencil read this word, it's I, D, I, P, E. I dippy. I dippy. Okay, let's try yours. I'll be quiet while you work. Good job, Adama. I can see you working on the sound of that short I from here. Okay, so let's pencil read it. I, T, I, B, E. I, tibby. I, tibby. Nods, yeah? Did you get that one? Good. I, tibby. I'm getting a couple squints. Did you get that? Okay, next one. We know if Y is at the end of a short word, it's going to make the long I sound. So this word is nigh. Nigh. What would your word be over here? Y is at the end of a short word. It's going to make the long I sound. Now that one is always. You can take that rule to the bank. When Y is at the end of a short one-syllable word, it is always going to say I. It'll never say E. So your word is vi. Vi. Good. Okay, moving on. Over to my number 3. Ooh, this looks like a fun one. Okay, I'm going to circle my vowels. There's one, there's one, and there's one. So I'm going to tap 2. 1, 2. Yes, there's a vowel. Yes, it says its name. Tap 2. 1, 2. No vowel, no name. Tap 2. 1, 2. No vowel, no name. Y at the end of a longer word usually says E. So when we pencil read it, it's I, S, I, S, T. I, N, E. It's kind of a doozy, so I'm going to go slow. I'm going to take it letter by letter. Ice, ice, ISIS, ISIST, ISISTE, ISISTIN, ISISTINI, ISISTINI. Yeah, I had to double check myself on that because that was kind of a doozy. Let's try yours. Let me scoot this over. Go for it. I think you got it, Susan. I think you got it. Let's try it. So we have I, O, I, S, T, I, M, E. Ilistimi. 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 My friends, if you can read ilistimi, you can read. You can read. If you can read ilistimi, you can read. All right. And if that one was hard, don't worry. That one was hard. Okay, let me come over here and try this one. So here we have a digraph blend. So when you have a digraph together with another consonant next to each other, that's called a digraph blend. THR, SHR, like shrill. CHR, R is a common one after it, sometimes L. Okay, so there's a digraph blend, and here is I at the end of a one syllable word is going to make the long I sound. So this word is thry. Thry. What would yours be? Your digraph blend. Here's your digraph. Here's your blend. When you pencil read it, it's I, try. Not easy to say, not easy to articulate with that R in the middle. Try. Kind of hard. It's this same first sound as in shrill. Try. Yeah. Let's come over to any questions on those before I jump down to the extra practice? Good question. So a digraph blend includes a digraph with a consonant. So a digraph is two letters that makes one sound. So a digraph would be SH, CH, TH, PH. Okay. And a blend is a combination of consonants. So consonant blends are any sort of combination of consonants. So we have ST, STR is a 3 consonant blend. EL, BR, L and R are very often the second letter of a blend. So here we have BR is in bread, PL is in play, STR is in street, ST is in stay. If you have a PH, a CH, an SH, or a TH with a consonant after it, and that's called a digraph blend, because a digraph is one of those consonant combinations. Think of another consonant, digraph blend. There's through. If you can think of some, go ahead and put them in the chat. Digraph blend words. Let's see what I have here. Oh, good one. Phrase, I'll put it up here. Yeah, so phrase has the PH is the digraph, PHR, so you need to answer your question, it's all included. It's not the digraph and then the blend, it's all the digraph blend. PHR is the digraph blend. Yep. Okay, good. Excellent question. Any other questions before we go down to the... All right, let's come on down. So I see some people are peeking in my office window here. I'm going to close it one second. So I see on number 1 on the extra practice, just because I want you to succeed when you do this on your own. It starts with a C. And to remind you, and if you didn't know this before, I'm going to tell you now. Let me stop sharing so you can see me better. C has 2 sounds, hard and soft. Its most common sound is its hard sound, which is k. That will happen something like 93% of the time, most of the time. It will only say a soft sound s if the next letter is an E, I, or Y. Those 3 letters, E, I, and Y, you just have to remember those. There's not really an easy way to remember them. I mean, with my little ones, we make it a cheer, we make it a chant. E, I, Y. Like we put little pom-poms in our hands like we're doing some sort of cheer. E, I, Y, just so that they get used to hearing those letters and recalling what those are. E, I, and Y will make the C make it soft sound and the G make it soft sound. So it will say S or J if there's an E, I, or Y after it. So be careful when you come to this C right here. It has an I after it. So it's going to make its soft sound. S. Are there any on here that you want me to do with you? Put it in the chat if you want me to do one with you. Please say 8. Yes. That one it's just fun to say. Okay. So let's do 8. I am going to circle the vowels. You know what? Let me see if I can stretch this page out anymore so that it doesn't get quite so messy. Okay, here's a vowel. April. Here's a vowel. Here's a vowel. Here's a vowel. And here's a vowel. We know why at the end of a longer word is going to make the long E sound most of the time. We can see that these are 2 consonants. So it's going to make the short I sound. 2 consonants, short I sound. 2 consonants, short I sound. That's the tap 2 rule. If one of the next 2 letters is another vowel, then it will say its name. If not, it will make it short sound. So see if you can do this one on your own before I do it with you. If you can get this far, it's a success, okay? Anything else is a bonus. If you can get this far, consider it a success because this is a 1,000-letter word. Okay, so we have p, o, I, s, plis, I, t, I, p, plissimtrippy. 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 Remember, if you got this far, give yourself a high 5. The rest is icing. Okay, if you have any questions, I can stay after for a few minutes and I'd love to chat. Otherwise, you're my heroes. Love teaching this class, and we'll see you next time.